Hi everybody, hello there, welcome, welcome. Welcome everyone to today's session. Hope you're all feeling okay. We will give it a minute or two and then we'll begin. Just wait for people to come in if they are going to come in. Here's Dawn. Welcome Dawn. Welcome Laurie. Hi Kathy.
Good morning.
Good
Well,
morning to you all. Afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it matters. Time here in the UK. We haven't had daylight, I don't think, all day. God love us. Bless us. Right, we will begin. Let's start. We just start this QiSong session as we always do. It's going to bring us back into our bodies. This time of year, particularly, can be even without meaning to. We can start to get really, oh, I've got to do that, I've got to do that, and they start to pile on top of each other. And whereas previously we'd just turn to food or we'd turn to not my drink or to calm us down, it's now finding other ways that we can just bring ourselves back into our body. The BFF, the breathe, feel your body, find your feet, really works. One of the things though that I used to find was if people used to say to me, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How is this for you? I wouldn't have a clue, not a clue. I could intellectualise it, I could tell everybody every detail of it, but to tell people how I felt was just an impossible task because I never felt anything from below here. The only way that I used to be able to feel anything from below there is if I stuffed, literally stuffed. And then because of my background, because of my eating disorder, that often led to purging. But now I know how to bring myself into my body, and QiSong is the one way that I do that. So we're going to breathe, feel our body and find our feet today for 30 minutes. So I hope this is going to be okay. We begin as we always do begin, just by gently bringing our awareness into our bodies. So we stand up onto tippy toes to get our balance. And then we bring our hands over our heads into the mountain pose. So our fingers are reaching up to the peak of the mountain, up to the universe. Our toes are rooted, grounded down to Mother Earth. We can feel ourselves wobbling, we can feel ourselves shaking, that's okay. We're bringing balance into our days. This is how we get proprioception. It's how we find out who we are, where we are, what we are. And the other thing we can do as we're staring straight ahead is just look out of the peripheries of your eye to the sides of your vision. This clears your third eye and brings intuition into your field. It allows you to focus in and be more aware of where you're meant to be going. So now just bringing the backs of the hands together, slowly, 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 gently lowering them down to the floor. At the same time, lowering your feet slowly down. And if you practice this regularly, you'll eventually start to feel that boost of energy that you get when your heels connect with Mother Earth. And as that boost of energy shoots up, we root ourselves down into the ground, into Mother Earth. Imagining our roots like the tree roots, deep down into the dark. Everything that's held still at this time of year, everything that's dark, being cocooned, being sheltered, all at rest. We are being grounded into that energy. And that energy then transforms, it composts all that no longer serves us and transforms it back into our body as a bright white light, and we feel that light coming up through our knees that are straight but not straight, our pelvis, which is tilted towards the floor, comes up into our abdomen, which is wide and straight, into our lungs, which are open as our shoulders relax down. The energy surging up our spine, up into our neck, up into our occipital bone, gently lowering our chin into its neutral position. As our jaw relaxes, our eye sockets relax, and our crown opens up to the universe. Our branches reaching up to the sun, which is standing still. The moon, the stars, the planets, the Milky Way, the galaxies, all of their light and guidance leading the way. All of that energy coming back into the crown of our body, down into our heart space, where it meets with the energy from Mother Earth. We are the conduit between heaven and earth. We are the connection. As we start to breathe into that power, just holding your hands over your abdomen. One hand on your chest, the other on your belly. And just breathe. Simple breath, bringing your awareness to your breath. The tool that we have that's free, it's easy to use, and it is so, so powerful. Just our breath. We can change so much about our body and our mind with our breath. And yet, for the most part, we just completely disregard it. We do not pay attention to it. Just take this time to bring purpose into our breath. Breathing in, pushing our bellies out, breathing out, squeezing our belly button towards our spine, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. The breath is the gatekeeper of the mind. It holds the key to our mind and our thoughts. The slower the breath, the slower the mind and the thoughts. If our mind is racing ahead, often our breath is too. It becomes shallow. When we breathe, all of our breath should be down in our belly. It's our diaphragm that controls our breath. Our upper chest should be minimal movement. Our shoulders are still relaxed. The next thing I want to do is introduce you to nitric oxide, our best friend. It's nature's Viagra. We produce nitric oxide naturally in the nose. Most of us, me included, when I was overweight, when I was obese, found it really difficult to breathe through my nose. It was almost as if my nasal breath didn't get enough air in for my body to be able to utilise. So like I did with everything else, I over-breathed. I used my mouth, frequently mouth breathing. Overnight, during the day, whenever I walked, it was all mouth breathing, which kind of loses the ability to nose breathe. I also broke my nose when I was young, so I've got quite a deviated septum. But if we can remember to nose breathe, our noses are for breathing, our mouth is for eating. If we breathe through our nose, we build our natural stores of nitric oxide and take that nitric oxide into our body. Nitric oxide is nature's Viagra. It enlarges, it opens up, it dilates all of our blood vessels. Our alveoli in our lungs all dilate with nitric oxide. All of our muscle and our tissue all firm up, they all get stronger when we use our nitric oxide. One of the ways we can build our nitric oxide and balance our carbon dioxide with our oxygen is to breath hold. It also tones our vagus nerve and it brings our heart rate variability into a level, so it flicks us into parasympathetic. So if we breathe in and breathe out, normal breaths, and at the end of the exhale, just hold your breath just for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and breathe in. And if you hold your nose, even though that might be uncomfortable, you might think that's weird, so that's just weird. You're actually storing, you're building up the nitric oxide. The nitric oxide just sits at the base of your nose, so you're creating a reservoir if you hold your nose when you hold your breath on the exhale. So we'll go again, we'll breathe in normally. Breathe out and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe normally. And your breath in, after you've held your breath, shouldn't be there should be no gasping. It's not a competition to see who can hold for as long as they can. It's an indicator of where you are with your stress levels and what nervous system you're in. But you should just breathe normally at the end of your breath hold. Most people should be able to get up to about 20-25 seconds holding the breath on the exhale. But if you're not used to doing it, you're not going to get anywhere near that. And we'll go one last time. So breathing in, breathing out, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe normally. And just feel where you are now. Now we've paid attention to that breath. As you start to gently sway your hips, alternate the weight on your legs. Create some movement in your waist and your hips. Relaxing your arms and just bringing them across your body. Allowing them to tap from side to side, so your arm at the back is tapping across to your kidneys. And the arm at the front is tapping the front of your body. We're just knocking on the door of life. Our door of life is our belly button, our Ming Men that's just behind the belly button. And we're also tapping on the kidneys, our battery pack. It's our filtration system and it's our energy system in Chinese medicine. And of course at the top of the kidneys sit your adrenals, which releases your cortisol. We all need cortisol to wake up in the morning. One of the things that we have a problem with though is most will reach for a boost to the cortisol that's unnatural, so caffeine, sugar, flour, anything to boost their cortisol in the morning to get them moving. Just tapping across your kidneys will produce just a gradual, gentle release of cortisol into your body, which stays for longer. When we use caffeine, when we use sugar and flour, we all know it just peaks and then just troughs. Gentle release just brings a steady, steady flow of cortisol into the body. Bringing our arms up to our shoulder point, to the top of our lung. Tapping on lung 1. The meridian point that's associated with our lungs. Associated with immunity. Over our shoulders. To the junction where all of our meridians sit, where all of our blood vessels, capillaries, nerve endings all meet. It's where we hold the most tension and stress, where we carry the weight of the world on the shoulders. Just tap to release any tension. Back down to our lungs. Back down to our kidneys. And slow it down. Just feel that buzzing and tingling within your body. Your body's slowly waking up. Just interlock your fingers together, bringing them in towards your chest, facing your palms out, breathing out as we push out. Breathe in as we squeeze the hands back towards our lungs. Breathing out, slight bend in the spine, making the lungs concave. Breathing in and opening the lungs up. And this time just twist to the side, turning the neck in the opposite direction. Turn in the other side. And again, turn to the other side, releasing all the tension and stress in the neck. As we then bring the hands down to the sides, raising the hands up in front of us, bending the knees, we then bend and lower the hands down. Bend the knees, bring the hands up, bend the knees, lower the hands down, bringing it up, and bringing it down. Speed it up a little bit, like we're purging, we're throwing all of our remnants of energy, the remnants of the night, the remnants of sleep, all being taken down to the ground to release. This is a great one to do if you're in a situation and you're feeling really overwhelmed with everything that's happening around you. Take yourself off somewhere, to the toilet, to the bathroom, and just do this. Blow out. Keeping your back straight, just bending the knees. The movements in your thighs, your knees and your arms. Lovely. And release. Feel that tingling, that energy coming into our body. And just continuing on those movements, we'll just shake. Shake, shake, shake. We see toddlers doing this. When they feel overwhelmed and they feel they can't cope, they shake. They go into this pattern. And it's literally a soothing pattern. It's a calming pattern. It's releasing all of that energy that's built up down to the floor, down to Mother Earth, allowing Mother Earth to compost it. You see athletes do it before a race. It calms, it soothes, it focuses the attention. The athlete will stand at the start of the race and they will visualise the whole of the race step by step. When I do this in the morning, that's what I do. I'll shake like this and I'll visualise my day. Every bright meal I'm going to eat, every habit I'm going to perform, every connection I'm going to make. Just visualise the whole thing and then visualise the feeling that I'll have when I go to bed that night. Bright, after a solid, bright day. When you inhale, when you're exhaling, just create the sound, just the winter lung sound, which is a zzz, zzz, building our immunity. Zzz, 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 opening our lungs. Zzz, as we slow down and just stand. Feeling the energy that we've built. As we then start to open the flow, we've released all of the blocks, all of the tension, all of the little knots that we've got that can collect overnight. Now we're moving into the flowing movements. So we've released and built our energy back up. We're now creating a supercharge of energy, making sure we're completely topped up, making sure the flow just continues for as long as we can throughout the day. But if we feel our energy dipping, we can always come back, do some more movements, do some more energy work, come back to our breath. It's always there. Lifting our hands gently, dropping them down to earth. Lifting up to the universe, gently lowering down to earth. The slower you move in QiSong, the better. Slow movements pick up a lot of energy. Slow it right down. Feeling the energy through your fingertips. The energy of the universe pulling the hands up. The energy of the earth drawing our hands back down. Bringing them to the sides. Lifting to the side. Dropping down. Lifting to the side. Dropping down. And then with the hands, just hold the hands in front. Fingers stretched. Toes apart. Spreading the toes and the fingers. Feeling the pulse of earth beneath us. As we then start to pulse and to roll a ball in front of our abdomen. One hand on top, one hand beneath the ball. As we then change hands and roll our hands around our body, bringing all of the energy from around us into the centre. Rolling all of the energy around our bodies, bringing it back down to centre. This one took me ages to get right. It's like, I can't do this, but I've done it eventually. Pulsing that energy in that ball, circling wide with the arms, drawing that energy into our abdomen, pulling the energy out wide, creating a shield around us, drawing the energy into our abdomen, our reservoir. As we draw, circle of energy around, bringing it in. And then with the hands side by side, just pulse that ball of energy. You should feel slight resistance. The slower you do this move, the more that you'll feel the energy between your palms of your hands. Floating your hands up to the side, slowly bringing the hands back down, compressing the chi. This is called compressing the pearl. Imagine the pearl that we've got in between our hands, that we're compressing into our abdomen. Lifting the hands up to the sides. Drawing that energy back in, compressing it into the pearl. Hands towards each other. Floating that energy in. Bringing it up. Drawing it back down. As we then move into our final move, the triple warmer, bringing our head, our heart and our gut into alignment. Smoothing the energy, bringing it all back in to our body. If ever you struggle to sleep, or if you wake in the middle of the night, which if you follow me in my practices never happens, because it's the one thing that doing QiSong will do, it'll help you sleep. If you do wake, do this move. It brings you out of your head, back down into your body. You know those stupid thoughts you get at silly o'clock about what you did 20 years ago, and whether it's still going to affect you today. Bringing it all down into your body, rooting and grounding us. Then, collecting it all at your lower dantian in your abdomen. Feet together, ankles together, calves close together, knees together, thighs together. Holding your hands over your belly, closing your eyes. Feeling your roots dropping deep down into earth, like the bamboo in the wind. And feeling your body rock and sway. Rock and sway. Feeling the energy unfurl inside of you, just allowing the energy to go where it needs to go. The energy knows. feeling it unfurl inside, feeling the energy outside holding us, moving us. The energy will take us where we need to go today if we can trust and let go and let. Just breathe in and allow ourselves to rock and sway. Rock and sway with the movement. As we take a breath in and breathe out and come back in the room. And much love to you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Lovely to see you all. Bye bye now.
That was lovely. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Take care, my loves.